Hello, so it's quite chilly in Winnipeg already. It's the last day of August, and I decided to make a video about what was most exciting for me in August. First thing, it was the music. And so I found this piece from a musicians group that I follow on Facebook. So actually they put this very hard, complicated sheet, and so it was called like a death waltz. Wow, death waltz. Anyway, somebody put actually a YouTube link and saying that, hey, you know, this guy actually is playing that music. And so first I believed in it, but then it turns out that it's actually completely different music and not that one. But I mean, this song, it's just incredible, and I just got so hooked up. One half described a hookup as involving sex. So not hooked up. I got hooked to this music, and I just wanted to listen to it every morning when I wake up. And so there are only two versions of it on YouTube, and both of them are awesome. Just one of them is a bad quality. And it has like amazing stories, so it's actually a game soundtrack, and it's a theme song for Flandre Scarlet. It can be Flanders Scarlet, not Flandre, but I mean, this is a vampire who was locked in her room for almost 500 years. So when she attacks you with 500 years of anger. And at the same time, this awesome music is playing. So it's not the piano in game, but I think like playing this on piano, like this instrument made it just like amazing. So I mean, I'm in love with that, and yeah, I think you should check it out. Okay, so next thing is a YouTube channel. I found a bread from recommended videos, and it was like professional hairdresser reacts on some kid just burning their head, basically. I mean, I was kind of expecting that he would be laughing at them, right? Because like he is professional, he has skills, and like better than you, but no. So it turns out he is just amazing, and this guy is just, I don't know, like cradle of positivity, and he has this huge you attitude, you know, when he just talks to you and just makes you feel better. And I think if you are the kind of person who is not into beauty industry, you know, like doesn't care about makeup or clothes or hair too much, you know, I think it's really good to check him, because he kind of reminds you that, hey, you can have fun with that, you know, you can like seize the day, like carpe diem, that kind of stuff. And last thing is like most exciting thing ever. So there is this esport Dota 2, and the best description I have ever heard is
Dota is sort of a combination of football or soccer for the Americans and chess. This is probably how I would try to explain Dota to someone who is not familiar with it.
And it's very magical. It's so much magic there, and endless possibilities of how you can play the game. So I was not following it for like last years, and I just decided to check it because it was August, and I know that they have the biggest tournament of esports in August, and it turns out when I checked it, it was actually a live game going on, so I decided to watch it. Then I find this big drama that was going on. There are two players who were playing together for 10 years, and they were like brothers. And if you watch their interviews, they're like, oh, we will play forever together. So, and one of the guys, like a nickname is like a flower, and one of the guys, like, I don't know, like, he left the team 3 weeks before the open qualifiers. So open qualifiers is like you need to play against a very strong teams to actually get to this tournament. And this tournament is like a meaning of life for these professional players, okay? And so he was like, oh, you know what, we are not winning, so I will just go to the team who has better chances to win. And he was like open about that. And well, I mean, that's fine, but why do you do that just before the tournament starts, you know? So he just left this flower guy in a very bad situation. I mean, you need to practice with your team for months, and it's like a very team sport, you know, you just depend on each other, everyone has different role. And I mean, 3 weeks. So what happened, this flower guy just took some random, not random, but unexperienced players who were still available, because all the best players and like experienced professional players were already in the different teams, right? It was like a last moment. And the worst part was that this flower guy, I mean, why was he called Flower? Because he was always very happy and very positive. And this year you see him and he has this stuff under eyes. He is very sad and like depressed, and like it really affected him. It's not like a drama, it's like a real drama. So obviously I wanted this flower guy to win, so that like justice wins and this traitor guy just learns his lesson. And actually this happened, and this happened in a like miraculous way, because they were losing the game and I actually went to sleep because it was like 100% losing. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this crucial moment of game 3 when actually everything changed. So at this point you can see that this team is leading. They're leading in kills and in gold. So gold is very important because you buy the items that make you stronger. And this guy is right now super strong and like unkillable. And here we have this guy. So the rest are basically support, more or less. But I mean, we have this guy versus this guy basically, to make it very simple. And here we can see this main guy here and his support just trying to get the fight. And here we have the whole team of EG. And one more thing I want to mention here. So when a player dies, there is some time before they can come back to game. And there is an option to buy back. And it's usually very expensive, so it's not used much. Usually players decide to buy items instead of spending money on buyback, unless it's used very, very strategically. Okay, so here we have like 5 versus 2, and you can see this support player bought a buyback. And they finally decided, okay, like let's kill those guys, okay? And you can see they're using all kinds of skills here, and the skills have cooldown. Okay, so they killed him, they're happy. Look at this guy, he's beyond godlike, so this means he killed like, I don't know, 10 players in a row. So it resets if you die, so I mean, I don't think he died in this game. And suddenly, look at this. they're doing a buyback. And boom, see, they killed all 5 players. And look how much gold Anna got by killing this very strong guy. So after this point, basically the game changed, and this team was actually not really safe to leave their base at all, and then they just lost it. Then this flower team actually achieved grand finals, and they were playing against a Chinese team. So here I mean, I didn't really care who would win. And so basically what happened on the grand finals, they were losing again, okay? They were losing. So it was like 5 games in total, and last 2 games they won. And I mean, it's not like, oh yeah, they're winning. No, they were horribly losing, and still they won it. And I mean, those last 2 games, I know that I just talk too slowly, but yeah, so basically that was the most exciting thing in August, and it's been a few days. I still can't get over it. I'm just reading about it and like analysis and strategies and all the stuff. This is just mind-blowing. It was truly amazing games. So yeah, that was my August, and I know nobody is watching these videos, but if you decide to watch it till this point, I mean, I would like to know what was most exciting for you in August, so let me know. Okay, thank you, bye.